Hello there, guys. Hope you're doing well today. So this is Phil here from the Gamble No More channel, and just giving you a heads up today, guys. Got a fantastic video here for you. So we're going to be talking about the link between, problem gambling, severe gambling addiction, and mental health, such as things like borderline personality disorder or obsessive compulsive disorder. It's actually been proven that there is definitely a link there between gambling and mental illness. We'll be looking at different types of what type of gambler that you are and see if you fit that bill. And most importantly of all as well, we'll be looking into the facts of seeing, or asking yourself, is there any underlying issues that you have, or problems, or anything whatsoever that you can think of that is making you gamble or making you escape to gamble. So we'll be looking at those underlying issues because there's always something that has an underlying issue when it comes to gambling. For me, anyway, I'm not the same for everybody, but for the certain type of gambler that I am, I've had all my life underlying issues that's basically made me want to gamble, such as loneliness or boredom, depression, things like that. Okay, so we'll be looking into that as well. So first of all, what type of gambler are you? There's different types of gamblers. There's professional gamblers, where they basically only pick the right type of bet and they're quite successful at it. Then you've got the casual social gamblers. Then you've got the antisocial gamblers. The antisocial gamblers are the ones that will probably get involved in illegal betting or mark cards, things like that. You then got the serious social gambler, okay? But the two ones that are all those ones I just mentioned then aren't what you would classify as problem, overtaking your life, making your life a mess type of gambler, okay? The two types of gambler are these two that I want to focus on. The first one is the relief and escape gambler. And the second one is the compulsive gambler. Now, as far as I'm concerned, both of these type of gamblers, they overlap each other, okay? There's been proof shown that both of these type of gambler has definitely got some kind of personality or some kind of emotional problem underlying it all, where basically they find it difficult to deal with their emotions. Okay, so there's definitely proof there. Now, for the relief and escape gambler, I would say I probably fall into that category. Okay, so a bit of thing about me now. So for about 20 years, when I first started gambling, I did it every single day. I went into the bookies. I was there from the morning till night time. Got a little bit of help, went counselling, and gradually over the years, my compulsive gambling, okay, where I did it every single day, nothing else mattered, has turned into the type of gambling where I do it to escape from my problems, to escape from depression, to escape from boredom, not being able to deal with my emotions in the right kind of way. It's an escapism, and this type of gambler, which I fall myself into, and I'm sure many people out there do as well. This type of gambler can blow a massive amount of money in a very short period of time. I'm not going to bore you with the kind of things that I've blown, because the reason why you're watching this is because you've been there as well. So there's no point boring you with all the facts and all the details. But basically, you can blow a very short amount of money, a very big amount of money in a very short period of time. But it has been proven with this type of gambler, which is what I am, they will eventually quit, but only after receiving medical and psychological help. Okay, so they have to want that help first, and then first of all we have to accept that we've got a problem. Now, I've gone in the last 10 years not gambling for like 6 months, 12 months, 18 months at a time. And then something in my head will just click. I could be walking along the street one day, everything will be going great, my life is perfect, and all of a sudden something will go off in my head saying, I'm going to gamble now. And the next day, I'm not the same person. I'm depressed. I've lost everything. I'm absolutely ruined. Okay? But I don't have an urge to gamble every day. I can live a normal life every day. Okay? But the problem is with this type of gambler, which I call myself a relief gambler, a relief and escape gambler, is that you just do not know where that urge to gamble is going to come. You don't know what you can come. For example, I could be doing this video right now. I might receive a bit of news that might depress me or upset me. And who knows? I could go and blow 200 quid in a casino tonight. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So this type of gambler is a very dangerous kind of gambler because they use gambling as a form of medication in a way, a form of therapeutic medication to deal with their issues. Rather than turning to alcohol or drugs or family members, they'll turn to gambling. So it is dangerous, and that is the reason why I'm now in therapy. I go to a thing called dialectical behavioural therapy. I've also been to cognitive behavioural therapy recently as well. And these types of things, they help you deal and manage your emotions better. They give you. I recommend to go to these therapy guys, yeah, because what they'll do is they'll be able to, you know, teach you new skills on able to handle your emotions, handle your impulsions, such as gambling, okay? And they can really, it really does make you mindful, okay? There's a thing I learned this week called the pros and cons, okay? So if you look at the pros and cons of everything, the pros and cons of having a pizza tonight, or the pros and cons of having ice cream tonight, or whatever, okay? Do the pros and cons of gambling, yeah? So one pro for me can be that it's a short-term fix and it'll get me out of my funk, okay? But that's only one pro. I can think of loads of cons, okay? The first con is I can think of is I'll have no money in 6 hours' time. No rent to pay, no food to pay, no bills to pay, kids gone hungry, wife's left me, my life's a ruin, my life's a mess. I'm feeling suicidal and I'm massively depressed. So when you think about it logically, you think to yourself, the cons and the pros of gambling, this, you know, it's not even worth thinking about. But what I will say to you is, okay, guys, is that it's much easier said than... It's very easy to say this because what I've learned is, like I said before, you could be going along, having a perfect day, and then boom, you're in the bookies, boom, you're in the casino. But by getting this help, by getting the kind of help that you need to deal with those underlying issues through DBT or CBT, this is going to give you the tools and the ammunition to deal with any kind of emotional difficulty. For example, I missed a bus 6 months ago, just missed a bus to catch a bus. That sent me on a downer, and I ended up blowing all my money gambling. You know, so it doesn't have to be a big emotional disturbance. It can be a little emotional disturbance, and that can just throw you off, and you can gamble. So that's the type of gambler that I am. I don't know if anybody else is. Then you've got the compulsive gambler. Now, the compulsive gambler, in my book, is slightly similar to the type of gambling that a relief and escape gambler is, except the biggest difference is that these guys know they've got a problem, but they just don't care. They just carry on and on and on and on and on, and they won't ever stop. They'll go through short periods of quitting, and then they'll relapse very, very quickly. I had a similar experience to a compulsive gamblers in my early 20s, but I managed to come out of that kind of phase and go into this type of phase of gambling now. So there is overlaps in both of them. There's definitely mental disorder, mental illness in both of them as well. Now, I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Okay, now borderline personality disorder, you know, took me by surprise. I was surprised that I got it. But one of the things that someone with borderline personality will do as a way of letting off steam, or they'll engage in risky behavior or impulsive behavior to get over their demons inside their head. They'll gamble. So that's a link there. There's if you've got gambling, if you're a gambling addict and you know that you've got some kind of mental illness as well, explore it, get therapy, see a doctor, because if you can deal with those underlying issues like borderline personality disorder, you get the therapy, you find out where your triggers are, you find out what's giving you these urges to gamble. I promise you, you will have the tools and the ammunition to like get through this. The other thing that I'll say as well is there's big links with this in obsessive compulsive disorder, which is something that I've got as well. And at first, I was told that I just have a very, very bad gambling addiction. But because I've got obsessive compulsive disorder, that's a massive link with that as well. So if you've got obsessive compulsive disorder, such as intrusive thoughts or compulsions or impulsivity problems, then this is something else that is linked to gambling as well. So guys, the point of this video is just to try and get across to you that if you know that you've got a gambling problem, okay, I'm not saying everybody that has a gambling problem has a mental illness, okay? I'm not saying that, okay? But what I'm saying is there's a high percentage of people out there that have gambling problems, but also have some kind of personality disorder or some kind of mental illness, okay? Or some kind of emotional disability where they find it hard to regulate their emotions or direct their emotions in the right way, or some kind of impulsive problem. So the most important thing now, okay, going forward for all you guys out there, is to get help. Get help for these underlying issues, and then the gambling will sort itself out. But get these underlying issues sorted out first. Get your mental health right, and everything else will fall into place. It's only now that I'm starting to learn the tools to cope with my gambling problem. There's another thing that I learned in therapy called wise mind. So you've got the reasonable mind, the wise mind, the emotional mind. So before you act and do anything, think about it. Think about what the reasonable mind would do. Think about what the emotional mind would do. Think about what the wise mind would do. There's another thing I learned called stop. Yeah, so stop. So basically, before you do anything, if you're in a crisis moment and you're feeling like you can't, you feel like you're going to explode, or you're feeling like you're going to go out and gamble and do something really impulsive, yeah, stop. Just stop, sit back, and just really, really get into that wise mind. Think about the pros and the cons of it. It's all about being mindful and really, really not acting on your impulsive behaviour and thinking before you act. There's a lot more to it than that, I know. But get the help. I'm not a professional, okay? I don't pretend to be. But my advice to anybody is to get the help for those underlying issues. That way then, you can really, really then find ways to combat and to deal with your triggers when it comes to gambling. And trust me, it works. Therapy works. I can promise you that it works. But you have to want it. You have to want to quit. Okay? That is, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but that is half the battle. Okay? But you know something? Just by me doing these videos every day, talking about gambling, talking about doing research on different types of gamblers and things like that, and like encouraging people on my video that I'm doing now. Do you know something? That's doing me no end of good as well. It's helping me to like realize just how destructive gambling is to everybody that's involved in it. Problem gamblers anyway. So I encourage you guys to watch these videos every day. Let's comment, let's chat, let's start getting talking, yeah? Because at the moment, I don't have any followers. I've only been doing this for 2 days, so I can do as much support as I can get. But my aim is for us all to be a community of recovering gambling addicts together and deal with all our issues together. Because once an addict, always an addict. But it's about not acting out on your impulsiveness or acting out on your wish to gamble. But which is very important. Something else that's very important as well. Like I said to you before, You could be doing great every single day, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're gambling again. Okay, so it's important, as I said in a video yesterday, it's important to keep your guard up, always be on the lookout. Okay, but you know, it's very, very important that you get the help. Go to the, if you feel like you've got a gambling problem, go to the doctors. Looking if you're suffering from borderline personality disorder, any kind of personality disorder, and it's linked with gambling, you are going to need therapy to help you manage the way you deal with situations in life in general. Okay, but you know, I hope this video's helped. I hope that everybody has had a gamble-free day. The ones that really want to stay gamble-free. Remember, guys, these big organisations out there, okay, they don't care about you. They just want our money, and they don't care if it destroys our lives. So remember that, guys. Love you. Take care.